Hello, and welcome to today's session. As always, I'm your host, Kevin Grote, Staff Systems Engineer here at VMware. Today we're joined again by Mr. Steve Toomey. Steve's going to be walking us through an understanding of cost modeling as it pertains to virtual SAN and hyper-converged infrastructure. And when we're talking about virtual SAN, we're talking about HCI, we're talking about cost, we get into talking about the modalities or the mechanisms, the machinery that it's deployed on. And so Steve's also going to be walking us through a brief discussion on vxRail and kind of what that means inside of the hyperconverged infrastructure and what it means to virtual SAN. So without anything further, let's go ahead and let's hear more from Mr. Steve Toomey, specialist with the Storage Business Unit here at VMware on cost modeling with virtual SAN and hyperconverged infrastructure with vxRail.
So at this particular moment, we have the broadest deployment options of any of the hardware hyperconverged solutions. It's that simple. We allow you to build your own. Again, check the compatibility matrix. If everything is good, then turn on vSAN. You have full support from VMware to do that. We do have a huge partner ecosystem with our vSAN ready nodes. Every manufacturer supports these. It's a policy
has left the conference.
Environment so that you pick out a node type that you want, and then you can go pick the manufacturer to get that. And then we do have our black box solution, our vxRail. This is our engineered solution, and basically from soup to nuts, it comes to the customer pre-built. All the customer has to do is go on and run through a quick configuration script, and within an hour, they will have a fully functional ESX environment with virtual SAN already enabled and fully functional. So again, engineered solution is actually a great solution for our customers because it removes from them that hardware piece. They don't have to worry about taking care of the hardware anymore. That can be done for them. So they can move, again, higher in that stack to worrying about the business applications, worrying about the business people instead of, did my hard drive fail? Just a quick example of what that compatibility matrix looks like. Again, virtual SAN does not care about your CPU or your RAM. If it runs ESX6, it will run virtual SAN 6.2. It's that simple. All we care about are your I/O controllers, your hard drives, and your SSDs. So again, very, very simple solution, very, very simple solution to implement. Again, our profiles for our vSAN ready nodes, again, broken down by family. Again, we went to the manufacturers. We worked with the manufacturers to come up with these profiles. These are very, very common profiles that the manufacturers were selling. And so when they came back to us, they said, well, we think it should look like this. One of the things that is significantly different between our Ready Node program and our old vxRail program is that there's no cost associated with this. If I, for instance, go to Dell and I go and type in HY6, I'm going to get a Dell R730 rack mount server. But with the Ready Node program, because I looked through and at that server through the Ready Node program, it's only going to show me hardware that's on the compatibility matrix. Other than that, it's the exact same screen that you would get if you go to configure an R730. There's no pricing difference, no anything else. All it does is show you what's compatible as opposed to everything. So it's actually a great way when you sell it, if you're just selling servers, even if you're really not selling vSAN, picking it off the vSAN Ready Node compatibility list guarantees that that customer can go to vSAN if they choose to in the future. If they were a little wishy-washy, sell them a Ready Node. There's no price difference for them. From a Dell perspective, we do have the Dell call-out. We have our FX2 platform. I love this platform. I actually saw this platform in Washington, D.C. a couple of months ago, and right next to it, and I'm not joking, was an actual Lego FX2. It was made out of Legos. It looked exactly like the real one, and the whole thing just caught my fancy because it's exactly what this reminds me of. You want to start with 8 small servers, your FC430 models, go ahead. You want to take 2 of them out, put an FC630 in, go ahead. Take out the one FC630 and the 2 FC40s in the top row and put it in an 830. It's literally a building block. You can scale a customer with no downtime to that customer from 2 FC430s up to 2 of the big gigantic 830s, and just absolute no downtime. It's a beautiful vSAN ready node. It's a beautiful way to get into hyper-converged for a customer. So any questions? Actually, I do need to upgrade this slide. They are now up to the 22-core V4 CPUs, and actually all of the boxes are taking 1.5 terabyte, and the FC830 will actually now take 3 terabytes of RAM in it. So just absolutely crazy large capabilities within the FX2 platform. So again, just like our vSAN ready nodes from Dell, vxRail, even though they're modeler, it's an engineered solution. Believe it or not, all of the vxRail models fall into the ready node profiles. So we have our
has left the conference.
160F and above. And again, this is an engineered solution. There's 4 units, 4 nodes within a 2U configuration, and they have 24 disks, so each node has 6 disks. So again, easy to deploy because it comes to you pre-configured. You run a startup script, literally put in, I think it's 10 pieces of information, and it builds it for you into your environment and brings it up and gets it running, and you can immediately start moving workload to it.